Okay, we're up to question, I think this is question 9. Oops, right then. This is question 9. I'm going to do a couple of question 9. So we need to solve these. It says find the value of each variable and give a reason. So we're going to do 9a. What do we see here? It is a triangle. We see a triangle. What do we know about a triangle? The three angles, so that one, and that one, all have to add up to 180 because that's what happens with triangles. So let's write that down. So A plus 72 plus 38 has to equal 180. And why can we say that? Because the angle sum of the triangle is 180 degrees. So you might want to fix that up a little bit. Let's make it look a little bit prettier. You can use a calculator. What's 72 plus 38? Or you can do it in your head, whichever way works best for you. A plus 110 equals 180. So we've just simplified putting those two things together to give the 110. So how do we find A? We need to take 110 away from both sides of the equation. So we're left with A is equal to 180 minus 110 is 70 degrees. And that's showing justification. So I'm just going to skip along now and do D next, this one. So I've got three angles, 1, 2, 3 angles. Just like in question A, those three angles add up to 180 degrees. So the first angle I've got there is 3n plus 2n plus, now this angle here doesn't actually have a number on it, but it's got a right angle. And I know that a right angle is 90 degrees. And I still know that the three of them added together is 180 because the angle sum of the triangle is 180 degrees. Now this one's a little bit trickier. I've got my 3n and 2n here. They can come together because 3n plus 2n is 5n plus 90 equals 180 degrees. Now I want to get the 5n by itself, so I need to take away the 90. So I get 5n equals 180 minus 90, which is 90. And then the last thing I need to do, that says 5 times n really. The times not written there, but we know it's there. And the opposite to timesing by 5 is dividing by 5. I'll do that to both sides. And you have to do 90 divided by 5, and that will give you 18. And that's the size of angle N. And that's writing an equation and showing the working down the page, keeping equal signs under each other. So let's have a look at some of this ones over here, which is question 10. Okay, let's do the first one. It's nothing to have to add up here. It's just something that we know about this sort of triangle. So what does that little line and this little line mean? It means they are the same. They're the same length. So if they're the same, this is an isosceles triangle. And what we know about isosceles triangles is that the base angles are equal. So you can say A equals 67 degrees. Why do you know that? Base angles of an isosceles triangle. Now that's not a definite way of writing this explanation, but it's just one way of doing it. I just use abbreviations. Okay, so let's go on to question E, because what we have here now is 4 angles, 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. So this is no longer a triangle, it's a quadrilateral. And what do we know about these 4 angles of the quadrilateral? They all add up to 360. So 112 plus 105 plus 58 plus the m all equal 360 degrees, because we know that the angle sum of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So we want to simplify those three things there, bring them together. You can use your calculator if you want. 112 plus 105 plus 58, that's 275. So that can all be changed to 275 plus m equals 360 degrees. So we want to know, what do we have to add to 275 to give us 360? So the easiest thing to do is to take the 275 away from both sides. So m is equal to 360 minus 275, which gives you 85 degrees. Okay, what if we had to do something like G? So we still have 4 angles, 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. They all have to add together to give 360 because that's a property of a quadrilateral. So let's write it down exactly as we see. A plus 3A plus another 3A plus another 2A. Those 4 angles have to add together to give 360 degrees because that is what we know about quadrilaterals, that their angle sum is 360 degrees. So what do we do when we get A plus 3A plus 3A plus 2A? Well, we need to collect like terms. They can all come together. So A plus 3A is 4A, plus another 3A is 7A, plus another 2A is 9A. So I've got 9A is equal to 360. So how do I get the A by itself? Remember, there's a times in there that we don't bother writing. And the opposite to timesing by 9 is dividing by 9. So divide both sides by 9 and we get A is equal to 360 divided by 9, which is 40, oops, excuse the scribbles, 40 degrees.